What are you doing here? Hey? Where did you go? Let's go back to the frog here. You gonna take a jump, little frog? You need to go get a drink of water. I'm gonna go around and see. I can see this groundhog on the other side. No. So the groundhog probably went in under that bed right there. If I had to make raised beds again, I would put them right on the ground. I wouldn't leave a spot underneath. I put the spot underneath when I first made it because I didn't want the tree roots growing up into the garden bed. But it's been a hassle with wildlife living there that we don't want. We had voles for a few years, and the cats got rid of them, and now we've got a groundhog that likes to hang out under there. I haven't noticed a whole lot of problems in the gardens or on the ground though. All I've seen this groundhog eating are like things that are in the grass. Plantain and dandelions and whatever's in the grass, and that's totally fine with me. What's the frog doing now? Oh, hello little froggy once again. Thank you for being in the garden. I almost don't want to turn the recording off because I'm scared I'm gonna miss something. So why don't I do a quick little garden tour? We'll show you how things are going. It's been almost a month since I've been out here, since I was out here and did the last one. So these are the potatoes now. They've come right up over the bins. So I'm really happy with how that goes. Hopefully it's going to be just great. Hopefully they're going to grow really well. The turnips are coming up really well behind. They're kind of packed in a little bit tight. And then down right at the bottom of the trellis there, I've got two noodle beans coming up. So I'm really excited for those. And they're new in the garden since in the last month. And so they'll be hopefully crawling up this big stick I have here, and then the beans will be hanging down. Noodle beans grow to between 1 and 3 feet, so that's kind of cool. And the peas are like really doing well as far as growing tall. They haven't started setting flower yet, but I imagine that won't be too long. The beans here, the pole beans, are also doing pretty well. The little frog's been living in this bed for at least a week, probably, so he's helping to clear out some mosquitoes for us. These are Colin's hot pepper plants. They're doing pretty good. The morning glories are really coming along. And then along in the front, there's tomato plants. They're getting pretty big and starting to have flowers on them. So that's pretty nice. In the middle here is dill, but I also realized I planted cosmos in there, and I kind of wish I hadn't. I just kind of threw some cosmos seeds around because cosmos looks a lot like dill. So this is cosmos, and this one is dill. So I might have to be the one coming out here to collect the dill. Unless cosmos is edible. I'll just have to look into that, I guess. And another tomato plant. The cucumbers in here are doing great. Oh, little frog is gone. Oh, there's the little froggy jumping away. Watch out, there's a groundhog under there. So the cucumbers are setting flower. And there's quite a few over here that I have the little fruit on the bottom. So that's kind of neat. Hopefully we start getting pickled cucumbers in the next week or so. Little tomatoes and some basil coming up, and morning glories and moonflower. The herb planter maybe should be moved at some point because the beans are just gonna maybe crowd it. I don't know. We'll see. The raspberries, I don't think I talked about these last time. Yes, I did. Anyway, they've got some raspberries forming on them. Quite a few. So hopefully our raspberry harvest is bigger this year as things go on. Something's happening to this. I almost wonder if there's like a bug or a spider in the back making a nest. I don't know. I haven't seen that before. I should look into what's going on there. If anybody knows what's going on there and you can let me know, that would be cool. The beans are going to have flowers soon and start making little beans for us. When these beans are done, I'm planning on reseeding here with I have coming in the mail some dragon tongue bush beans, so we'll do more bush beans in here, I think. The carrots and beets are doing pretty good, and so are the shallots. In here at the bottom of the green pole, I planted some more noodle beans, so hopefully they climb all the way up this one and maybe come out here. I looked for another stick. I don't know if it'll be strong enough, but we'll give it a try. And the bugs are really crazy out here today. 4 o'clocks are in that orange bucket. Some mesclun mix. I moved the marigolds out of the last bed we were in. They were in because they just seemed so, they were down in there and there's so much growing. I thought I'd put them up more where they could be seen better. This was the strawberry planter that the squirrels dug up. There was one strawberry left in it and then boom, it's gone. So I now have zinnias and a marigold in here, and we'll again see what happens. These sweet peppers are doing pretty good. The tomato plants along the back are growing and have had to be staked. They don't look super strong like some of the other ones. I think maybe they're down too low in the bed, and as more soil gets added as the years go by, then hopefully they will be better. My little rhubarb seeds grew and they're so cute, so I'm excited to transplant these. Probably the beginning of September I'll do that, maybe Labor Day weekend, put those in the ground and find a spot for them. Then they'll have a month or so before they before freezing, before frost, so they'll have some time to get some strength together before the winter comes. In here is more cosmos I planted because I just put seeds in, and in the back there's more zinnia coming up. I don't know how that's going to look. I have no idea. I imagine it'll be a little chaotic, but maybe it'll be just perfect. The potatoes back here are doing really well as well. So they're getting so tall and everything. I'm wondering how long it'll be before they flower. But once they flower and die back, then we can dig them out. See how many potatoes we get. More tomatoes and a Tuberous Begonia. I planted 4 of them, and between the squirrels and things, they're not doing the greatest. This one is doing the best. There is another one in the middle of this pot. It's coming up. There was one over in another pot and the squirrels dug it up. So, and then there's a small one across, also in the orange with the 4 o'clocks. I don't know how it's going to do way over there. But that one is doing really well. They're so pretty. I love them. Oh, Look at that. I just see it's getting a little flower on it. Woohoo! Very exciting. I think I accidentally topped this tomato plant when I was doing the taking out of the suckers. I think I accidentally topped it at the top. You should leave the top alone, apparently, and I didn't. So, but what that might mean is that it'll focus on these flowers and giving fruit on those. So let's hope so. At the end of the season, again around Labor Day weekend, I'm planning on topping all of the tomatoes because it's about a month then before the last frost, and then we can get hopefully ripe tomatoes off instead of green tomatoes at the end of the year. So we'll see. The black-eyed Susans are doing great, and the pumpkins are coming up. These are sugar baby pumpkins. I did a little thing down there with the margarine container, and there's petroleum jelly in it and clove stuff because I saw a cucumber beetle and a squash bug out here one day, but I haven't seen any really since, so I do not know. I've got Epsom salts on the ground in case anyone's wondering. Just, I don't know if I spread them right or whatever, but you just put them on the ground by the base of your plant, and as they get watered in, it's supposed to help with flowering. I just read that on the internet somewhere a couple of years ago, so we'll see how it works. And there's the rhubarb I planted this spring, but I started that seedling last year. My seedlings last year were not nearly as strong as the ones that are going this year, so we'll see how it goes. There's a red currant bush. It's doing pretty good, but it does look like it's got some powdery mildew happening. It looks better than it did before. So powdery mildew, I was reading about putting a mixture of milk and water on it. It's something about the proteins from the milk that will help to clear out powdery mildew. Okay, and I got this little snake for the garden to try and keep the crows away. This whole bed was corn, and then the blackbirds came and dug all the corn up to eat the seeds. So of all of the about 40 corn plants that I planted, there's about 4 or 5 left under the green netting, and I'm hoping they succeed. But this little guy, he's got a motion sensor. So I was kind of hoping he would scare them away, but I don't know how good he did. That's also supposed to sound like a rattling snake. It doesn't sound like a rattle to me, but oh well. But there's still a spaghetti squash coming up here, and another one over here. And this is a borage plant coming up. Oh, birds pooped on it. A couple more spaghetti squash. So under this cart, which will be the trellis for what is growing underneath now, since I had to rethink it, I've put seeds for Kajari melons. They're really cute looking melons, orange and green, and they kind of look like little balls, beach balls, and they taste like honeydew, apparently. I've never had them, but I got some seeds for them, and I have this old cart that will be a great trellis, I hope. So we'll just see and let them grow up that. And the corn under here is, if you can see it in there. Oh, that log over there is one of my poles fell down. I'll have to deal with that. Gee, could it be because some birds or something were trying to get in there, or squirrels? Probably. Anyway, I'm being called, so I'll just give you another. Oh, here's a nice surprise. We have Sweet Williams Dianthus growing up here. I'd been thinking about buying some, And we have them right here, and that's so exciting. Still no sign on poppy flowers. But the zinnias that I planted around the sides are coming up really well. I don't tend to pull anything out of the center until it gets big enough that I know where it is, what it is. And I think that's it. I think that's it for a garden tour today. So anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.